From the great state of Texas, you are now listening to Skip the Noise podcast, a Rounded Edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I am referring to Ben, aka Mexican Nostradamus, and myself, Benji James. We are without Rick, the Brown Python, for today's program, unfortunately, but we will do our best to hold it down with the dynamic duo. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music, as always, and also shout out to the supreme leader of all that is on Earth and all that is living and all the warrior nations of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Let's just give it a little big shout. No, I'm just kidding. They offered us. Yeah, North Korea. They offered us a sponsor package, which we turned down. It just wasn't right.
Down. I mean, yeah. my glorious leader. I mean, you may have turned that money down. I took that shit, dude. North Korea money spent.
They give you a little.
Yeah, he promised that none of my family will ever be locked in internment camps for life. So I mean, I'll be considered untouchable there. So you have to pad your bets. You never know how things go here in the States. You may have to make a run for the North Korean border.
You're not wrong. Hopefully, though, if you do make that run for North Korea or whatever the connecting flight would be, you're not taking Southwest Airlines because boy, oh boy. It was a clusterfuck over there at the old Hobby Airport, and elsewhere. I'm guessing too, Florida. I don't know. I just know because specifically you could hear from the local situation. Yeah, what happened, Ben? They canceled all kinds of fucking flights and said weather was the main reason. Which
right?
I don't know about that. People are a little skeptical about that.
A tad,
just a little bit. So. I'll be totally honest. I'm hoping you know a little bit more details than I do. All I know is that a fuck ton of flights were canceled. People are stuck, stranded. You're hearing reports. It is kind of funny.
It is.
I'll be honest. It's funny. We talked about this in a previous episode. I don't remember the number, but we mentioned, Spirit Airlines had that debacle.
Spirit Airlines is a debacle.
It is a debacle, but you got to wonder. So here's some of the thoughts, right? The Southwest is saying one thing. They're saying, okay, it was weather plus, the control tower situation. They had some kind of deal. I don't know if that was technical. I don't know. I don't know the details.
Right.
We're doing the best. All I know is this shit was fucking nuts and people are pissed. And I also know that it happened very recently with Spirit Airlines. Shit like this didn't used to happen. So that being said, a lot of people are skeptical. They're starting to develop conspiracy theories as to what's going on. Is there worker strikes? Are there, which is very possible. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to discount things like that. But I do know that I'll just say in general, it just seems like we're starting to see, and this will be a common theme, I think, through episode fucking 70.
70, bro. 70.
That's a milestone.
Big time.
That's a big milestone. But what you're gonna start seeing throughout, it's gonna be a common theme in this episode, is breakdown of logistics, supply chain, the effects of the bad effects of globalization and shit's getting fucked up. What do you think, dude? What's your opinion? Why do you think obviously it's a combination of things, but what led to this?
Well, I think what we saw, so from what I heard, and it's kind of a little bit of a mixed tale. You hear that currently the pilots union there's kind of like talk that there's been a possible like no-show strike.
Okay.
And it's happening with some of the employees with Southwest. Now, whether or not this is true or whether or not that's completely what's happened, no one's really saying. And the pilots union they're actually discounting it. But a lot of people are saying, well, there's kind of a no-show strike, which happens quite a bit where people will all kind of coordinate calling in sick on the same day.
Right. Yeah.
So some people think it's that, but Southwest is trying to blame. First, actually, they've tried to blame the FAA. They try to say that there was worker shortage at the FAA, I believe, or there was some type of issue with the FAA. So they first tried to blame them. Well, the FAA hit them back and said, "Look, man, we ain't got no problem. We're fully staffed."
Yeah.
So this is
now
us.
What? Now what?
So then Southwest started saying, "Oh, it's the weather. or it's this or that. So I think that's why everyone's been kind of slightly suspicious, because like, well, hold on a second. So what is it? Is it the weather strike, or is it, is it the weather? Is it because the FAA fucked up, or is it because it's the thing you're saying it's not, which is that, you have a possible issue with your workers and you have a possible strike going on? So I don't know, but
Yeah.
I last I heard they had to cancel 2,000 flights yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
Or today.
Like we
which
that's
is
right. We didn't,
fucking ridiculous.
I didn't lead with any numbers, just so like
fuck
in case
yeah, dude.
in case somebody's listening and didn't have any clue what was going on. Yeah, this I should have probably explained the gravity. 2,000 flights. So people
Just one day. Just one day.
Just yeah.
Fucking nuts.
So
So grandpa didn't get to see the niece. I mean, it was pretty bad, dude.
People had to sleep in their contacts. They didn't have any spares bin or contact solution. The reason I'm bringing that up is because one of the fucking comments, there was an article I read about it. It's one of the quotes from the people that got stranded were like, I mean, I don't know. I don't have another day clothing. I have to sleep here at the airport. I don't have contact solution and I don't have any spares.
Oh my God.
They should have not. I think they should have omitted that and maybe had somebody that had a little bit bigger an issue. Maybe like they're pregnant, or maybe that they couldn't see their family, or somebody was about to die of cancer. You know what I mean? It doesn't really hit the point home when somebody's bummed out that they're gonna have to sleep in their fucking contacts. Grow up. You're a fucking baby.
Hey, look, bro.
There's people
contacts like, hurt, man. Fuck. Okay.
You'll have some red eyes, and then you're just gonna be fine, aren't you? You're gonna go on with your day.
Hurt when you
I wear contacts.
Take them off. Okay.
They do, man, but you're survived, dude. You know how many times when I was in my well, I was going to say
your Stalinistic views. I swear,
but
man. Those contacts are no joke.
I was going to say my 20s, but let's be honest, it crept up a little past that. But gotten a little inebriated and maybe just slept wherever the fuck you were, and then like, oh yeah, oops, didn't take my contacts out. You know what? I did just fine. I'm okay.
Yeah, you did, and you're a well-adjusted, balanced individual, but nonetheless. Your unkind remarks regarding the contacts is pretty rough, but no, I mean, all fucking around aside.
Yeah, I can say it.
This seems
I wear contacts.
Yep, so do I.
You know what I'm saying? Both of us.
We are fucking blind as bats.
Come at me.
But I really, yeah, come at me, bro.
Whoever said that shit.
Hey, right.
Southwest Airlines. You're a fucking bitch.
You're like a bitch. Come at me, Southwest Airlines.
Sack up. Shut the fuck up. There's somebody.
It's a strike.
I get it.
It's a strike. It's an impromptu strike. Yeah. There's negotiations going on behind the scenes.
You're just claiming it. You're just claiming
it's a strike. They're just
smells like it.
2,000 fucking. I mean, come on, 2,000 fucking flight. I mean, this is a pretty good amount of people missing. Pretty good situation. I'm pretty sure they just had a strike. They not a little. It's a negotiating tactic. It's like, oh, guess what we can do again, because. Right now, that's the underlying current going on with our society right now is workers have been completely energized against everything.
Brother, man, look at this.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean to interrupt, but we didn't even have this on the agenda, but I can't believe we didn't because this was a big deal. The Hollywood shit.
Oh yeah, there's right.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head when you said months back or whenever it was with the Amazon thing. Did we not say at that point, okay, this was big featured news. This was a big, regardless of the result of that vote, people are going to start thinking workers. In other words, like all that thought is back in the public consciousness. I think everybody kind of went to sleep and like, you can't really do shit, whatever, blah, 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 just because of the intimidations of these big conglomerations that run everything, and the way that the union busting is done strategically through the handbooks and everything to prevent that. They're smart, dude. They know what the fuck they're doing. There's people that study this shit for a living that have fucking 8-year degrees on how to not have a corporation develop fucking unions. You think I'm lying? I guarantee you there's somebody who did that shit. I guarantee you there's like a secret course,
bro,
at fucking Columbia University.
100.
You know what I mean? They're picking kids from the fucking you know what I mean? Like up in the Northeast, like somewhere in Connecticut, and they're like, you son, we will train you to be a Jedi warrior in fucking preventing unions, and we're going to send you down to Georgia,
Oh boy,
or to Alabama, or here in the great state of Texas.
I'm enjoying the references here. Those Jedi,
so,
the Jedi Union busters. That, you know, if you really kind of think about it, the Jedis were kind of like they busted up like rebellions and stuff too. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, for real. I like it. I like the reference.
Not only that, but like, bro, I've been off the show. I mean, I've made some appearances, right? But I've been on, like I said, this is the first time I've started the meeting,
right?
You know, as is tradition.
Right.
I've been away from the show for like almost a month, dude. I'm on fucking.
You're on fire.
I'm pent up energy. My whole existence right now is pent up energy and waiting to get on this show again. So yeah, another thought on that is that, damn, where was I? I was talking about workers' rights, or what the fuck?
Some crazy kid from Connecticut running up.
Okay. So if it's feasible that back in the height, the peak of the Cold War, they used to Russians used to raise motherfucking families as Americans, so they would know all the shit, so they could be spies. They did that shit. That's a fact. They did that. You don't think that they're like, you know, we're getting a little kooky here in the fucking first half, but you don't think that there's farms of motherfuckers that are these highly intelligent, trained for life to know the ins and outs of keeping people fucking rich?
I fucking love the concept of just farms. I just see like these silos, instead of silos filled with grain, they're just filled with like these khaki wearing fucking dudes that are just ready to bust up shit. I love it.
I love this.
I love it. But that's a bit, essentially that's where we're at, right? We're really talking about a time where workers have, in a sense, become valuable. So now everyone's fucking with the corporations. Everyone's giving it to them. I mean, dudes are just like, you know, you see guys walking into McDonald's saying, I want $20 an hour. Yeah. And McDonald's is kind of like, okay. Yeah. This is a very weird time. So I to me, for this to not be related to workers' rights or to what's going on with workers, it sounds a little suspect to me. I think it's kind of horseshit.
I think you're right on the money. And you know, the other thing to expand on that a little bit is like, people are seeing the vulnerability of these mega, for example, y'all talked about it last week, the Facebook shutdown. You know what I heard, bro? You know what I heard was the big holdup, why it took 7 hours to get the shit back online? They literally couldn't get into the fucking room.
The
server room because the passwords and IDs were all fucked, and like nobody could access the fucking server room to where they could reboot the shit. Just like when you call, like you buy a new laptop and you're like, this shit don't work. This is bullshit. It's all hot. This is fucked up. And you call somebody and they're like, I'm not going to do the accent, but like they're from another country and they're not very familiar with United States cultural cues, or they do speak English convincingly, but it's just like they're not quite on the same page as you. They're speaking it a little bit different. Not quite. Awesome. Ideas are not going back and forth with fluidity. It's very rigid. And every time, what do they tell you when you call a helpline for a laptop? They say, restart your computer. You know what, motherfucker? I've restarted this computer 6 times before I fucking called you because I'm not an idiot. Facebook was trying to restart the fucking computer, but they couldn't get into the room.
Oh boy.
You didn't see clusterfucks like this with the same frequency just like 2-3 years ago.
Well, we're right. Right. That's because of the fact that literally everyone wants to work from home, and nobody wants to. I mean, that's the real problem was is that nobody wanted to go home, leave home to go to the office to reset the fucking router. It took them 7 hours to find one Facebook employee that wasn't like
they couldn't convince anybody to fucking make a commute to go do shit.
Exactly. They're just like, oh fuck, I don't want. I work from home now, man. I don't want to go. Like, so it's fucking bullshit.
Bro, I'm trying to run my side
Bruce
hustle.
Go? Why can't Bruce go? Why can't Tiffany? I mean, God.
Brucito.
I can't leave my dog. I can't leave my brand new puppy alone. This is bullshit. So, but that's the crazy part is that's how much power workers have right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how much power. That's how much power workers have. They can fucking they can keep Facebook down for 7 fucking hours because they don't want to deal with that bullshit. And I think once again, wrapping back, doing the reach around back to fucking Southwest, I think that's what's going on here. But you know who really is powerless?
Who's powerless?
Black paraplegic guys that are being pulled out of their car by police officers.
What the fuck happened, Ben? This is
oh my god,
atrocious.
So once again, we have another situation. This one happened in Ohio, of course. I mean, fuck, really. I'm not trying to be a hater. I know really wonderful people in Ohio, like probably some of the best people I know.
And not to mention, be very careful. We have a couple. We have a few.
A handful
of Ohio listeners.
That's and for mostly they're probably the people I know. Great people. Okay.
Love
them to death. Probably some of the
just
best.
Making
people.
sure. Just covering our
great human beings.
Because I know there's a couple states that just have never caught on to skip the noise, and I don't know why. But anyway, go ahead.
Fuck you, Alabama. So in the end.
Shout out. There is one. I think there's like one listener from Alabama.
You know what? That's the
whoever
only
you
person in Alabama who's not a complete inbreed. Right. But so
whoever you are, props. Like seriously, shout out.
Fighting the power.
You're a fucking unicorn out there and
fighting the power, bro.
Tuscaloosa or wherever the fuck
unicorn.
you are.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to hit on listeners right now? You're a unicorn. You're a big stallion. Just a big
all right, continue, sir. I'm sorry. That was actually my fault.
I loved it.
Paid the price for that.
I loved it. Like, you're a unicorn. I love you. I want you to call me. I want you to call me right now.
Hey man, it's not like we have a huge listenership. I'm really just trying to make sure we keep the ones that do think that we provide
Alabama
something.
Guy. Alabama guy, you might get blown if you hit us up.
I can't make any promises. Today is National Coming Out Day, but I don't think that's on the horizon anytime soon. I do run hetero. I identify with hetero.
I run hetero
proclivities.
It sounds like a gasoline thing. It's like I run 93. I like to keep the engine running tip top.
That's right, bro. I run on hetero vibes.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
That's how you fuel me up.
So, anyways, moving back to the poor black paraplegic man who was ripped out of his car. So apparently, a black paraplegic guy was leaving what police officers termed as a kind of a crack house, trap house, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they pulled him over, at which point I guess there was some discussion regarding him getting out of the car. And I believe during the whole time he kept trying to say, I'm paraplegic, bro. He kept trying to tell the guy, the guy kept telling him, get out of the car. I'm paraplegic. So eventually, of course, the cops ripped him out of the car, started whooping his ass, which was pretty bad. Like I have a pretty sick sense of humor. That one kind of quieted me down. At which point then, after everything's said and done, the man was hit with 2 citations, one for not restraining a child in their car seat, I guess, and the other one for having tent. So basically that meant the guy did nothing fucking wrong. So they whooped his ass and then hit him with 2 tickets.
Right. That's
so yeah,
you can get right. That's so when when you're getting citations for tint.
Yeah.
Do we? You know what I mean? Are we still right? Are we still there? Is that still what we're doing? And we did. I'm sorry. We giggle a little bit. But make no mistake, this is absolutely fucking egregious.
It's asinine. It's a continuation of this culture with, it's just like, if you're a police officer, right? You gotta stop being a pussy, right? You gotta stop being a bitch. I understand if you're scared or you hate your job, find another fucking job. Because okay, if you have like a person working the self-checkout line in Kroger and they fucking hate their job, the
Right.
worst case is going to happen is when you're trying to buy booze, you got to wait a little bit longer for that person to mosey on over to do the 21-year-old check, right?
Right. It's low
But
impact.
if you're a cop and you fucking hate your job, you're gonna pull out like black paraplegic people, or just shoot people, or just do horrible, heinous things, because your mindset is already so negative, sick, and twisted that it's just not what you need to do. And a lot of times these guys are fucking afraid of people, in a sense, it's
and let's be, let's be real too. To be fair to just the general, I mean, that's a tough job to ask anybody to do, right? And that's, we've talked, we've established that. And so, and you do, obviously, every situation, every time you pull somebody over, because it's happened before, could be, you've got to take it with the utmost seriousness.
Right.
But knowing that, I think at this point, we've collected enough data and enough, even if it's not whatever, statistically, whatever, we've collected enough of these issues that have been made hyper public.
Oh yeah.
Where we've seen how shit can go wrong because of what would I like preconceived ideas of the situation before you actually know the situation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
So in other words, it's easy to be critical. You know what I mean? For me and you, I mean, not that my job isn't fuck too, but to, I'm not carrying a fucking firearm, right? It's not like, it's not as
it's a different game. It's a
whole different. Yeah. It's a whole different. So without any question, much respect to anybody that puts on a badge and a gun and goes and protects the public, because that's a necessary fucking job, regardless of what anybody says.
But does
it correct? Yes. That being said, you do have a higher responsibility when you're out there in the field now.
Yeah, like doctors, like everybody else, is responsible for life.
And I'll be honest, for that very reason, just like teachers, I think that police officers should be paid more on average,
and have higher qualifications too.
Correct. That being said, the investment. But you know what I'm saying? What do most municipalities do? They do the basic whatever. They pay minimum salaries. They get whoever the fuck wants to join. Obviously, they have to pass a certain amount of things, but generally speaking, a lot isn't as. But anything that's not profitable, it's not going to get the type of investment you're going to get when you're trying to train khaki gentlemen from the Northeast to figure out how to suppress unionization across the board in the capitalistic South. Oh, boy. But anyway, I digressed.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm fucking awesome. I love it. But just continue on. This is just another example of just overreaction, police brutality, and the fact that our police officers need more training. They need more skills, and also they need to learn like how to de-escalate shit. Right? I mean, like if I have my child and they start acting badly, if I start screaming, right? And don't get me wrong, as a parent, sometimes you got to scream, right? Sometimes you got to lay down the law. But if I start screaming,
that you do, sir. That you
right. But if I start screaming every single time they do something wrong, it makes the situation worse 9 times out of 10, because you're not de-escalating them. You're not dealing with them. You're just adding fuel to the fire. And this is this is being a parent. These guys are just, it's just kind of getting to the point where you're just like, when are y'all, or when is this, this police system going to start really taking that into effect? Like letting go of the little things, like how cops used to. I remember back in the day, cops, we would do, stupid things. We would fucking do shit that was considered, legal, but, borderline just whatever. And a lot of times cops just let it go. I mean, like, now these days, if a cop catches a minor with alcohol, they'll fucking report it. Back in the day, they used to just have you, pour it out, get the fuck out of here, shit like that. But now it's like, oh no, I gotta report you to the judge, and you're gonna lose your license. There's just no, they don't. They're just this mechanized force that, I don't know. It's just not the same way, man. Cops used to kind of, I know I'm wrong. Cops are fucked up too. I mean, they did some bad things when we were growing up. Also, they weren't saints.
Yeah, we could tell.
Yeah. Plenty of times.
A few stories, but they did good things too.
They let us go too.
Yeah, I've got stories of being
let go, just like
almost angelic like protection in a couple of situations. We'll save it for another.
Yeah.
Earmark that if you want to hear about what the fuck I'm talking, because there's I don't even know if you remember this, Ben. This was it was probably, just so you know, it was probably a few days before I got married. It involved the parking garage and police interaction, and we were ultimately let go.
Yeah.
And
anyway, I have an idea. No, the other one, the better one was, the better one was the day of your wedding.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
Jesus. I remember.
That's a whole nother,
I remember. Oh my God. And then
there should have been cops at my wedding.
There should have, you should have had like the rock at your wedding. You should have had the rock at your wedding. Just fucking body slamming people. It was madness.
Yeah, we should have,
it
started out like my wedding ended up being
cats and dogs.
It was good. At the end of the day, everything was fine.
It was wonderful. We had a blast, dude.
But
that was such a nice
it had potential. It was about to become basically a Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah, for real.
Before it got started.
Oh, dude, I saw the chairs were about to go flying. People saying they're gonna dick rape somebody. When I heard that particular individual say they were gonna dick rape someone, I turned around and go, do you understand what that means? Like, what the fuck are you even saying? Like, that's how ridiculous it was.
Yeah, it was.
But nonetheless, it was handled. It was handled in an appropriate manner.
You know what? The proudest thing I am about, like, the people I surround myself with, was I'm actually, this thought is coming through my head almost the first time. I'm more proud of this than I ever really kind of thought until I sort of resonated or marinated on that thought. So it's just finally that's what I meant to say. It's resonating now.
Right.
The people I choose to surround myself are so dope that a pre-wedding, this was before, like, I think my wife and I were coming from the church to the where we had the reception. A very aggressive and violent fight almost broke out.
Oh my God, I know.
But
the kitchen staff.
The kitchen staff almost got some, and then attendees of the wedding almost got some. Like, it was, it really started out pretty gnarly. And but the show must go on. Nobody got kicked out. Nobody involved in any of those situations got kicked out.
No.
Matter of fact, the first altercation that was before, like, people even got into the place.
That was amazing.
The staff of the location,
the venue.
Good. There you go. I like event terms. I like being
Thank you.
Being industrially appropriate. They still had to work and like serve drinks to the people involved. The attendees that were involved or that almost murdered each other played cool, right? Like, everybody, dude, I kind of feel flattered. Like, everybody, for the sake of me, everybody just shut the fuck up and played ball.
Dude.
I think everything's normal. And then my best man, I kind of had like a dual best man situation, but Mexican Nostradamus comes up to me right as I sit down. I'm thinking like, hey, that's pretty good, right? At the wedding. He's like, hey man, shit got all fucked up, bro. And I just looked, I was like, whatever you got to do, bro. Like, figure it out.
I know. And then when you told me that, I was like, yo, I got carte blanche now. I think when I started grabbing
you did. I christened you like
I was
whatever
knighted.
you got to do.
You knighted me. You fucking knighted me at that moment. At which point I was like, "Oh, yo, it's
nothing
my
happened.
show now, motherfuckers!" And
nothing
that's
happened.
whenever. Oh, dude.
To Mexican Nostradamus credit, because like literally nothing happened, and that's a testament to his character, his
dude,
his influence over the group.
Influence, luckily, I think
Influence
influence
over the group
more than anything.
That was huge.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what we're powerful when the network of the Skip the Noise tight circle gets together. We're an influential group when we really think about it. So that was actually, now that we're going over that incident, man, that's actually crazy.
That was a great wedding though, dude.
It turned
out
good.
It was fantastic. I still remember the food.
Fantastic.
It was fucking really good. It was really, really good. And you know, I mean, but you know what I saw around your place that was pretty fucking nuts.
What's that?
What was like the food, right? But I wonder how much that food would cost now.
Oh,
right. Don't you have some insight on that? What's going on? Are food prices going up? What's happening?
According to Heinz, everybody just better get used to it, right?
Oh.
You know, and I'll be honest, like I can't speak to food specifically, but I just know we talked about this a little bit pre-show. Just logistics, supply chain, everything is a fucking nightmare. Stuff we've talked about on the show, production, shipping. We don't produce anything in the United States. Everything comes from China.
Right.
You've got a situation in California now where there's like shipping containers are like lined up. They can't, there's too many.
Right.
They can't get them all in. There's like 75 factors into why this is a clusterfuck. And it's all hitting at once.
It's a plethora of
factors. But yeah, there's like shipping containers. We don't have shit. We're like sending empty fucking shipping containers back to fucking China. You know what I mean? And like that's,
I feel you.
Can you imagine like how much money is lost? Like if you send an empty, I mean, it's just like like local transportation, right? You have 52-foot trailers going back and forth.
Oh, dude,
pretty
these
much.
Things are massive. You know how much cargo's in those things?
Holy fuck, dude! And to send something to another country with nothing in it, which is going to create zero. What a hit that is.
Nothing.
Time is money. It's like the shit with the Suez Canal, right? You got one fucking idiot that doesn't know how to drive a boat, fucking jackknifes his shit and blocks the whole fucking canal. And look what the shit it caused. Once again, I told you we'd be touching on this shit again. You know, you wonder why. I don't know. So here's the thing. We relied so much on the benefits of, you know, you can get anything at the drop of a hat. You can do all this shit. Well, look how interconnected everything is now. And look how fucked we are. Like, look how fragile the whole shit, just to kind of run back to that topic a little bit. When shit hits the fan and how interdependent and interconnected all this shit is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The food, like
the butterfly effect in the whole concept of the supply chain is really there.
Yeah.
I mean, one bad day or be, unfortunately, it's not one bad day, but several, inventory backups are loss in demand or supply chain issues really echo and reverberate all the way to the table, right? Especially in regards to the food thing. I mean, I remember one of the things during the pandemic in the beginning was the issue with the meat packing plants. Remember?
Right.
We were fucking terrified. We weren't going to have meat. We weren't going to have supplies. So I think, I think the butterfly effect especially has started to hit. And so like someone like Heinz is going to say, well, hey guys, guess what? Food's just going to cost more. Because and not to touch back again, but we're in a workers, a place where workers are getting there. So now they're like, oh, well, I mean, now people want to get paid more. So now we got to push the costs on. And, unfortunately, that's the reality, right? I mean, that's where we are moving into is everything's going to be more expensive. And I love how we keep trying to hide it as if it's just a supply chain issue. but it's just another way of seeing inflation right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is inflation, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just about, oh, I want $20 an hour. The reason why people want $20 an hour or $15 an hour, whatever the fuck they're saying, is because you can't live unless you're at least making that right now.
No, exactly.
You
And
know,
there's
so
and here's the thing: there's no manufacturing jobs to speak of.
nope.
That sort of filled out the middle of the road
Yep.
United States citizen that could buy a house and work a regular job.
Yep.
That's not existent anymore. You have people working 3 fucking jobs because they can only get part-time, mind you, with no benefits.
Yep.
At like different shit retail jobs, food service, and then all of a sudden here comes COVID. Well, that's not a fucking option anymore. Man, it's tough out there, dude.
Exactly. And it's just, this is where we're running into. This is what we're becoming. So once again, this is going to be built into this whole problem, is we are going to see increases in food prices. We're going to see increases in everything. And so unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it is. But the question is have we been living in an artificially low price universe for quite a while? Yeah.
I think probably we have. Yeah.
You know, I mean, fucking think about it. I was talking to my wife the other day just about houses and stuff. And one of the concepts I brought up was, well, we're used to the way we bought houses. But if you look for the majority of the history of the United States, that was not how it was. See, most people could buy a house with an FHA loan with only putting down 3.5%.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a relatively new thing. Because back in the day, I remember, hearing my parents or just hearing them talk about when they got loans, they were happy to get a 13 or 12% loan. That was like, whoa, right. Good job. Right. And that was like a government secured, like you got hooked up. And they had to come with 20% down of the purchase of their home.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality is that we're just going back to that type of situation, but inflation is so high that it's kind of the reality we're in. Like everything's just that more expensive, but people aren't making any more money. So, it's what it is, folks. It's what it is. And we kind of, this is what happens when you have low interest rates for many, many years. They just, what they do, just like when they have health insurance, anytime someone finds out that you can pay more for something, they charge more. How many people just see houses now that are just regular houses, smaller houses, built for bigger families, but smaller homes? Mm-mm. It doesn't. Now everything's a McMansion. Everything's 3,000 plus square feet. This has this, has that.
For everybody.
For everyone. Everyone needs this.
You have to have that. They don't build it because it's not worth them to even fucking build the other ones.
Yep. And it's the same thing with cars. I remember I had a girlfriend back in high school, and she had a Geo Metro, which, if you know, is like a very small, cheap economy car back in the day. Mm-hmm. And it didn't have power steering. So it got up just fine.
Yeah,
dude, it drove just fine, but you had to get it going to turn the car, because if you didn't, you're fucked. You were going to have arms of steel, but guess what? That car fucking drove, right? And we grew up in a time where Honda Civics, getting AC was an option. There were cars that were built without air conditioning. So now these are all standard things, and they're being built to the price. It's just driving up the price of a base vehicle. Everything just to make this long, drawn out shit. This is just the inflation we have built in because of just cheap money that has made things seem more affordable, but they're really not.
It's funny fun fact. Fun fact. I owned a house before I ever owned a car that had power windows.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that's factual. I had roll up windows all the way until.
Those are dope.
In other words, I bought my first car with power windows while I was living in the first and only house I've ever bought.
Yep.
So,
dude, I remember. You remember my first car? It didn't have AC.
Oh,
in Houston.
It's a fucking beaut. That was
Dude,
a
that
beaut.
car
Yeah, no,
was
you need
that car was monumental. You know, I heard by legend it's still driving around the east side.
Oh, I think so. I think
That
it's
car was never gonna die, dude. That car
and
was
with
a
no
beast.
driver.
Nope.
No driver.
It's like the headless horseman, but the horse of
That's
the
right.
headless horseman. That's what it was.
That's right. It's
Good
playing
fucking ride, man.
It's
Good
playing
fucking ride.
Insane Clown Posse and 3-6 Mafia still.
No shit, dude, on loop. In the wagon, dead body dragon. Just some 666. Just fucking shit up, bro. Fucking shit up and but you know what? It's probably spilling oil, kind of like Huntington Beach.
Oh,
got
Jesus
this
Christ.
past week.
Wow, that was rough. That was actually I sent that. I remember it's not exactly breaking news at this point. That's about a week old, but still significant in that.
Well, we didn't touch on it, so that's
that's true. Yeah, y'all didn't hit it on 69.
We didn't
69. I don't even think y'all mentioned that it was episode 69.
We didn't even fill it up and slam it shut. We didn't.
A little disappointed in that because you only get one episode 69. So
I know. I felt bad.
It's all right.
I realized that after when we were
listening
and checking, I was like, oh, 69. Fuck. We had so many possibilities of just horrible things we could say to just enrage our poor listeners that have stuck with us this long.
That's right. Yeah, it's okay. I prefer 70s anyway.
Dude, right? 70s pretty 70. Dope, man.
I like 70. It's got a nice little ring to it.
It does.
But yeah, that oil spill happened, man. And this was a bad. I don't know the volume. I can't really recite all the statistics, but it was a fucking shit show. It was bad. So, but the crazy thing about this was that it was not reported. Obviously, this internally was reported by whoever was on the fucking tanker that had the leak, or what was the deal? It wasn't a like a vessel. It was like a leak. Was it a fuck? I think it was it a pipeline leak? Something.
Oh,
whatever.
Well, no. What happened was the pipeline, of course, there's this massive pipeline.
Yeah, because it was a subsea leak, right? In the okay. Yeah.
Well, somehow it got moved like 100 yards. So that's why it was leaking, because someone yanked the piss shit out of it.
Yeah.
And so they don't know exactly how it happened. So there was speculation, could have been a sea anchor or something along the lines of that, but that's the gist of it. Basically, it was like ripped 100 yards from where it originally was.
And in that amount of time, obviously they maximize how much volume that they can push through these systems. Boy, it only takes a blink of the eye before it's a fucking shit show. So, once again, I don't know, maybe that's an environmental thing to look at, but whatever. That's not my place. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, exactly. So within seconds, Huntington Beach area becomes a ecological fucking clusterfuck. But the funny thing is, the cover up is kind of the big story behind this, because obviously this was reported internally, like I said earlier, but the reaction came very, very late. Matter of fact, they had an air show in the area, which was attended by, I don't know, only about 1 million fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Like at the beach.
Only a million fucking people.
So yeah, that's a pretty small crowd, but so I'm pretty sure nobody was affected by this whatsoever. And I'm sure there won't be any adverse reactions to enjoy the fucking beach. Fuck, dude, it's wrong with you?
Show this fucking money. Fucking love it. Oh boy. But anyway, so please, everyone, pray for the oil dripping seals and the seagulls that are going to be, whether they use Dawn to wipe that shit off. So pray for them. But that's only if the birds are real, because they may not be.
They may not be real. And this isn't like breaking news either, because I've heard people touch on this. News, so what was the deal though? So this is a big conspiracy. So
bro.
Birds aren't real things? What the fuck?
Apparently they're not. They're like government. They're like government, like fucking like spy drones.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
newest right-wing conspiracy to swing through the
Okay.
nation. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
compatriot can't defend his side. But guess what, folks? No COVID vaccines and birds aren't fucking real. So you see all those pigeons? They're just
Yeah.
there to monitor you, because there's no other way the government can monitor you,
Right.
other than come up with drone birds.
For sure. I mean,
You
it's
know?
not like, I mean, it'd be
Jesus
really convenient.
Christ.
It'd be
The
really
fucking
convenient.
dinosaurs were like birds. They've been around for a really long time.
Yeah. It's not like they haven't been around for a while. And the only thing is,
Ah.
too, is like if the government, it'd be really convenient for the government. I mean, man, just think if every person on the planet carried a device that tracked every move they make, fuck, that would be great, right?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we do. Everybody has the fucking phone.
Right.
So
Like,
bird, do you know how many fucking birds are in the
there's
world?
a lot of fucking
Do you know how many drones?
Jesus.
Do you know how much work that would require?
Oh my God, dude. Like, yeah, like we can barely, it's just this one, when I heard it, I kind of like threw up in my mouth a little bit. I was like, people can't really be that stupid, right? I mean, first you have flat earthers, and then you got now you got the fake birds. So, it's just fucking madness. I think people just want to find something to not believe, right?
Yeah, everybody's reaching for some bullshit to throw out there and to see if it sticks. And that's the thing. That's the question. It's like, do these people that are even championing these concepts or these ideas, are they even real? Are they fucking Russian?
No, dude, these people,
you know what I mean?
real.
Are these think tanks? No, but what I mean is like, where did this guy, like whoever the vocal component of this
The trailer
is,
part,
right?
Alabama.
Oh boy, we're doubling down on Alabama.
Trailer park.
So hey, whoever the small listenership in Alabama, man, speak now. You got to defend yourself against Mexican Nostradamus' bullshit.
Hey, dude. Bro,
Hit us
I'm
up.
all for a state that doesn't have real freeways or
Skip the noise podcast at gmail.com. Let me know what you think about, or you can hit us up on Instagram at skip_the_noise_podcast.
We talk about the Alabamian mafia.
That's right. They're coming to get you, brother. And
it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking music from the, what was that? Dang, 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 dang.
Deliverance.
Deliverance?
But that's the thing. Everybody does that with Alabama. That was the Appalachia.
Arkansas. It's Arkansas, right?
No, that's not Arkansas. That's up like West Virginia.
Was the Appalachian
Yeah, that's Appalachia.
Oh, that's where the rapers are. That's cool.
Yeah, man, the rapers
great. Now you fucked up our West Virginia. You just named them as the raper state.
Did I? Or did you put words in my mouth?
Bro. You did, bro.
I just said that's where Deliverance was set.
Exactly. Right. And that's the rapers. So great. I would like to apologize to the great state of West Virginia and say we're sorry.
See how he formed that argument?
Sometimes we let things slip, and they're not always funny. So forgive us, West Virginia. But seriously, fuck you, Alabama. And with that, I think we're gonna take a break.
Take a little break. I think we will. Yeah, man. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the affection. I'm feeling the effects of being away for way too long, and I'm so glad I'm back on the show. I really am. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not just talking shit like I always do. But I am bummed out that Rick's not here.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? But we get it, dude. He held it down. Brown Python and Mexican Nostradamus held it down hardcore. So that's just how it works, man. Some days to make this happen week to week, you know what I mean? It just, things happen. So hope everything goes good. Everything's fine. He just had a little shit.
Yeah.
Little something going on. He had to attend to that, required a little attention. So we're good. Enjoy the break. I'm going to go a little Jeremy Masters on the halftime interlude here. Hope you enjoyed the first half, and get ready. If you think, we kind of got party in the back a little bit in the first half. We kind of, indulged ourselves. So yeah, it's really going to let loose here in the second half. So definitely stick around, enjoy the tunes, and we will see you shortly. Thank you. And we are back. Party in the back
Hey.
underway. So what are we going to kick off first? I think anytime I said this in the text thread. Anytime there's a story in the national news involving ninjas, I think that's kind of a prerequisite for getting on the show.
Fucking yes.
So I want to do something a little bit different. Instead of explain, I'm going to read. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to get through this entire article, but I do. I very much was entertained by this article that I read on NPR's website, written, I guess, by Bill Chappell. Headline reads: A ninja with a sword assailed a U.S. Army Special Operations unit in California.
Oh boy.
Fuck yeah. So, like I said, dude, I gotta know more. You can't just like real motherfuckers wearing actual ninja shit.
How do you even handle that?
I love it. Let me read. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Please continue. Please.
Here's guys. So Mr. Bill Chappell. Thank you, sir, for this contribution. It seems unlikely, but it did indeed happen. A man wearing full ninja garb attacked members of a U.S. Army Special Operations unit in the middle of the night in a California desert, setting off a scramble for safety and resulting in at least 2 injuries, according to police and other records. The incident occurred a little after 1 a.m. on September 18th, when authorities in Ridgecrest, California, got word of a sword-wielding man dressed as a ninja on the loose at Inyokern Airport in Kern County, north of Los Angeles. Kern County Sheriff's Departments, and also too, shout out to California. A lot of new listeners over there. So if you're new to the show, or if you're just, you like the show and you've kind of binged on our backlog of episodes, thank you so much. And if you would, reach out. I want to hear what you like about the show, what got you interested. But for the first time in a long time, or ever since the history of the show, Texas, for the month of October, Texas is not our number one state for listenership.
Oh.
California took over. That's pretty huge because this is a pretty Texas-based show. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that's kind of a significant thing. So shout out to you guys, whoever's listening in California.
Nicely done.
Very well done,
Callie.
Or whoever's a listener there that is sharing it. We appreciate that as well. So I just wanted to give a little, since this is a California story. So Kern County Sheriff's deputies found the suspect had assaulted a victim at the scene with a sword and thrown a rock through a hangar window. The fuck? A rock? Bro, are you a ninja or are you a fucking loose cannon had a few too much meth? Hitting an additional victim in the head, the sheriff's office said on Friday. And like I said, I'm not going to get this, but this is just too entertaining. The attack came without any warning. The victims are members of the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, also known, goddamn, this is beautiful, as SOAR, SOAR. It's an aviation unit, SOAR. Fucking love that. How did that work out so nice?
Dude, because it's fucking money.
Whoever came up with that fucking deserves a badge. According to the Stars and Stripes newspaper, isn't that what Matthew Modine wrote for in Full Metal Jacket? Yes.
Stripes.
Hell yeah. Which states
That's
that the military personnel were at the airport as part of a training exercises. Oops. Why did you do that to me? Okay.
Oh God.
When was the last time I watched a video online? Fucking every day for the fucking show. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh boy.
So here, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. The ninja did not obey deputies' orders. Police officers located the ninja suspect on the nearby road, but the man refused to show. Hold on. What the fuck? I got to tell exactly what happened. Okay, here we go. A staff sergeant was smoking a cigarette late night near an airport hangar when an unknown person wearing a full ninja garb approached him with a question. Oh, he had a question. Do you know who I am? The man asked. The sergeant said, I like this. The sergeant said he did not. Why the fuck would he? Do you know where my family is? The man asked. Dude, like the article completely ignores. This is the best sentence of the entire fucking thing. Whoever this fucking crazy ninja is goes, do you know where my family is? Are you in a fucking mid-80s Canon ninja fucking movie on video that you get at the goddamn video store? Do you know where, like, he has a sword and he's asking this random dude smoking his cigarette, where his fucking why the fuck would that guy know where your family is, dude? When the sergeant said he did not know, the person, obviously the wrong answer, the person in the ninja garb began to slash at him with a katana sword. The report states, adding that a sergeant's leg and phone were struck. So the sergeant ran, jumped a fence, and reached a building where he joined others from his company. As he and a captain locked the doors and called 911, the assailant kicked and punched door windows. What the fuck am I reading? According to the report,
this is like some fucking Grand Theft Auto shit, right? Like, dude, we live in a simulation. We got motherfuckers attacking people in ninja outfits, asking, "Do you know where my family's at?"
Bro, he should have just told him, like, yo, fuck yeah, they're in Fresno. Go there.
They're in Fresno.
That was wrong. I don't know. It's just some fucking another awesome California place I've heard of.
Dude, they're in South LA. Yeah, go check them out.
Go ahead. Yeah, they're all down there in fucking
oh my God, dude. First off, what kind of nads would it take, or what type of, actually not nads, but lack of just overall mental awareness than to roll around in a ninja outfit with a sword? What a fucking mind fuck, right?
Well, let's at least give this dude credit. So
he was identified. Pictures of this guy? Do we know what his name is?
Unfortunately not. Yes, we know his name, and I'm about to reveal it because, like I said, you can't not. You can't not at least. It is Gino Rivera, 35 years old.
Hold on, Gino. So we definitely know.
We're trying to see if he's got Instagram, or what are we going to follow?
Oh, we will. Gino Rivera.
We're doing Mexican Nostradamus is doing a little research on our boy Gino Rivera.
Our ninja. Oh well, hold on. We. Oh no. Oh well, boy. That went I'm telling you, bingo south fast, man. You put in one thing, you start looking, and it's
Do we have the whole
dude? Yeah, next thing you know, it's like topless chicks. No, I can't. Sword wielding. Gino Rivera, sword wielding. I just gotta see how this guy looks. Like, this has got to be awesome.
While you're digging that up, let me just kind of run down how it played out and how he got caught. So police were called, obviously. They called 911. They located the ninja suspect on a nearby road, but the man refused to follow commands and brandished the sword at deputies. Oops. The sheriff's office said projectile rounds were used, but were ineffective. What the fuck is this guy? Maybe he's on meth. You know, like,
you think?
Yeah.
You think he's wearing a fucking ninja outfit with a sword?
But you know what got him?
Huh?
Guess how they took him down.
Taser.
Yep.
Fucking taser, dude. Tasers are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
They tased his ass, and he did not. He didn't get out of that one. So yes. Yeah, he was tased, taken into custody, and I don't know.
Mr. Gino Rivera.
Can't do that.
I can't find him.
Gino.
Can't track him down. Hold on. I'm going to see if there's some super sleuths can look for it real quick.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything, do please. If any Skip the Noise listener, especially out there in California, I swear, I hope to God that we have in all our California listenership, some fucking buddy lives in Ridgecrest. It's got some inside info on our ninja. Maybe he went to high school with Gino. Dude. Or maybe you got some.
We would love to have him on just to hear his side story.
Oh, do we though? I don't know.
Oh my God.
If he can fucking
dude, I'm looking at pictures of this ninja sword. It's pretty interesting. Like, no, dude, he had like a sheath for it. Like, they keep showing this picture of him being arrested. They don't show his face, but they had the ninja sword sheath. Like he had full ninja garb. It was
Right.
Pretty fantastic.
They did say they established that. I'm wondering though, they leave it at that though.
Yes.
I want to know, just out of personal curiosity, whether his ninja garb was like how official. In other words, was this Party City ninja garb? Or is this like dude lived in Japan and like had some access to some real shit? I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pretty kung fu / Bruce Lee / ninja movie obsessed when I was a kid.
True.
I ordered more than 1 or 2 things from Inside Kung Fu or Inside Karate magazine. You know what I mean? They had some, maybe that's where he got that shit.
No, I
maybe
feel you, bro. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Or did it say, was it like from
no,
Party City, and did it say ninja on the top? Like, no. Headband say ninja.
He had like official like ninja garb.
So it was real shit. But so this guy's maybe done a little training.
They say it though. They say it, but like they show his picture, he's clearly wearing like tennis shoes and like morels, like those like kind of outdoor shoes. So it's not like he was wearing the split toe, you know, the split toe ninja shoes and like, you know, like he's not like really? Ryu or Ken.
No, so he didn't even have split toe ninja boots.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not like Ryu or Ken type shit. He definitely had like a mask and like a top on, but he was definitely wearing jeans. He had a scarboard. He had his ninja sword scarboard. That's what they considered it.
Okay, I'm fucking very disappointed. So basically, dude had on a hoodie and like a surgical mask, and they're like, he's a fucking ninja because he had a sword.
Yes. As always,
that bums me out.
Media is fake news. They pumped up the ninja angle. It got you all hard, and in the end, guess what?
It ain't shit.
It's not shit. He had a fucking sword, and to be quite honest with you, after seeing pictures of said ninja sword, it was not very convincing of a ninja sword. You know, it wasn't. It was like a straight katana. Like, you know, it's not like like the samurai gangster sword. It was. Right. It was definitely purchased, like, you know, from like one of those swap meets, like the flea market. It was a flea market ninja sword. Yes. So it was not a Hattori Hanzo.
Gino,
nor was it Gino. Just, you know, you're slipping, bro. Get your ninja game down. If you're gonna attack special forces, get your ninja game down.
Man, you know I don't know. I thought maybe Sho Kusugi came out of retirement, or maybe his son.
Oh, I don't think
his son Cage.
Sonny Shiba. He didn't come out.
Bro, well, he passed away recently.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking sad. Gangster shit though.
But God damn.
But yeah. But you know, another thing, just, you know, moving on from our ninja clad friend here. Yeah. You know, we got another friend here in Texas who's making some waves, and you know,
well done.
All right. Man. We might see ourselves a new governor in the state of Texas if he makes it, if he even runs. Can you believe this shit?
That's right. So yeah, he hasn't confirmed that he's running, but he's definitely, I mean, he's doing enough to merit the fact. Like, at this point, I think he's got to run. I don't think he'd go through all this bullshit if he wasn't going to run.
Nah, I don't think so either.
No. Not to mention, he's got, and who knows where they get these polls. Let's take us all with a grain of salt. But there are polls out there that they've done where he's like 9 points ahead of fucking Greg Abbott if he was to run. Right. But the interesting thing about what's going on now is he recently did an interview, and I want to say it's with, was it New York Times, maybe? I think it was New York Times.
Right.
McConaughey did an interview, and I heard some sound bites from it. I can't say that I listened to the entire thing, but what I got out of it and the kind of the talking points are, it's interesting how he's approaching this, because, I mean, obviously he hasn't committed to the fact that he's running even at all. But what he's bringing up is that, and we've mentioned this a lot on the show, the faults of the two-party system. And at this point, is it even democracy if you've just got two parties trying to protect their own interest and to keep their own parties afloat? It's a shit show. This is what a lot of the reason why we have the format of the show that we do and what we believe in, and the state, you know, the disrupted state of the American democracy. So his talking points were that, no, I'm not going to tell you what I think of SB4. I'm not going to tell you specifically what I think of this. He's like, we're not there yet. What I'm here to preach and what he's talking and the way he's answering these questions is saying that our thought process on fucking politics needs to change, which, cause I mean, the thing is like, obviously he leans left on just from what we know of him as a person and a character. Right. But he's very clever to not commit to those ideas, but honestly, rightfully so, because of the nature of what's going on right now in American politics, where the divisiveness in this just like all or nothing, one way or the other, any stance you make is it's gonna go 50-50. You're gonna have half of the crowd that dies hard with this fucking belief. You're gonna have the other whatever. Right. So in other words, I like you can dismiss it as a joke, you can say whatever. And to be totally honest, you've brought this up on the show before, Ben, but while the governor of Texas might be high profile because of things, in actuality, like the power is pretty limited compared to a lot of states, right?
Oh, like, no, completely. Like the Texas governor is actually extremely weak.
Right. So
power wise,
theoretically, motherfucker could win. Like, I think he should fucking put the foot on the fucking gas pedal and do this shit. Cause I think he could fucking win, dude. I'm not bullshitting. I think he could fucking win. I'm saying it right now.
My only issue is that I don't think he's going to run as a Democrat. I think he's going to run as an independent.
I think
and I don't think I see an independent winning a major state like Texas. Maybe
I see
Vermont,
I see that being a problem. I see that being a problem. And obviously too, he's got to when he's trying to probably appeal to a demographic that doesn't vote too, to get the amount of numbers he needs.
Right.
I think the idea is there. You may be right. It's a stretch, maybe depending on how he runs. But I don't know. It's just in this age where shit happens weird. It's just one of those things. Like, it's this weird gut feeling I get. It was like when Donald Trump ran, to be honest with you. I was just like, fuck, I see it, dude. Like, I saw it immediately, and I didn't have the balls to be like, oh yeah, he's going to be, and I can't claim like,
oh, I didn't,
but like,
I really didn't think it was possible.
The fact that he was in the mix, I was like, I had this thought that was like, God, watch this fucking guy win. Like, this shit is so fucking weird. And it just kept getting more real and real and real and real and real until like, what the fuck? Like, it actually happened.
Yep.
And maybe it's just because that happened. Maybe I'm a little bit too, you know what I mean? Like, if that wasn't even in my head, maybe I wouldn't even consider this a reality.
Right.
But seeing how he's approaching it, I think is kind of fucking interesting. And I like it. Like, I never took it. And I respect him as everything, whatever he is publicly. You can say like, oh, he's just an actor and whatever. That's fine. Like, and that's what he does for a living. But right. Like, as a public persona, like, I respect him. And I respect how he's approaching this, because he's, he hasn't committed to running. He said, the thing is, it said like, hey, I'll run if I think, after getting in and kind of seeing what the reality of this is, because I think that's where he's at. He's like, is it worth my time to invest? Because it's a fucking commitment to go for it. And he's trying, I think in his mind, he's trying to see, and he's trying to gauge maybe what kind of response he gets and factor that into like how committed he is to this whole project. But, and also too, like, could I actually make a difference? Is it worth it for me to do all this? Could anything really happen? I don't know. I'm all for, to be honest with you. We've talked about this ad nauseum on the show, but the dual party dynamic and processes are taking us fucking nowhere but the toilet.
Yep.
And for anything, any glimmer of hope like this, even if it's like far-fetched or even if it's whatever, I'll be honest, man, more of this, please. Whether it's Matthew McConaughey, whether this is a joke, but whoever's out there with shit like this, more of this is what we need. So regardless of how he does in this is it's a high profile fucking state, like big time. Oh, especially with all those shit going on right now with the abortion. And so I do hope he runs just for that fact, to bring attention to this as, if you want to air quote, a cause. I think this is kind of fucking important, dude. And even though you could joke that, like, how many times are people going to go, all right, okay, fuck whatever.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. They're going to do that or whatever. We've already done it. Yeah, it's obvious. It's the easy joke. It's on a fucking tee. There's going to be more of that. Expect it. But I think he should fucking do it. I'll be dead serious. I think he should do it. I think he should run. Just once again, because of the same thing. It's like the labor movement, right? It's like it's like the Bessemer, Alabama. Maybe you didn't fucking get that victory, but you might have inspired motherfuckers across the country. They're like, yeah, you know what? We don't have to take this shit. There are avenues we have. There are things that we can do to make a difference, or to have some sort of glimmer of hope. Or maybe if it's not me, maybe I set the next dude who gets hired there. Maybe I do. We got to start thinking like that if we're going to do anything. We got to start building. Who's the one to start that process, to start that chain reaction? We're actually manufacturing shit in our own country, to where we're not relying on these third party, because we see, or not third party, but like other, China. You look at what the fuck. I read some deal about how far advanced they are with the AI and like all the technologies that have come out. Dude, they're predicting, like experts are predicting, like in 10 years, it's going to be, the race will be over. Like we're too far behind, but.
Oh yeah. So I feel you. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be great to see him shake the whole, the whole industry up, because that's really what politics has become, right? The industry between left and right and left, fucking all this bullshit. So whether he could actually substantially impact the race in Texas would be a huge thing. I mean, what a lot of people do say is, if he runs as an independent, you have to kind of think that it's maybe enough to take Abbott out.
Yeah.
I mean, just like you saw with Perot and Bush with Clinton.
Right.
So, I mean, this is a big deal. We could see a substantial thing, but just like we're learning from, but I don't want Beto O'Rourke. I don't want some D-bag that's going to be running for the Democratic Party as the governor of Texas, because they're not going to do anything. Just like Biden hasn't done anything.
Right.
He hasn't done anything with student loans. He hasn't legalized marijuana. He hasn't done anything. He's done is just sit there and piss his pants.
Worse.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily even want that. I don't want him as an interference. I want him to be the fucking person who goes up there and actually does something, but is not a complete narcissistic, like D-bag, racist, fascist piece of shit that is just, AKA Trump. I don't need that in my life, but I just want someone who does something that with a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
I'll tell you, I know we're about to wrap this up here, but I do want to touch on, I just recently went to Galveston. If you're not from the Houston area, and obviously, I'm used to saying the majority of their listenership is in Texas, but fuck, that ain't the case.
Not anymore. Fuck.
Not anymore. So for you Californians out there, the Houston area, which I reside in, Mexican Nostradamus is from here, but now lives in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Yeah, we've talked about that a good number of times. But so Houston lies very close to the Texas coast. Galveston is the spot, man. And we've said this on the show. It is definitely not what you want to see or what you expect as far as the greatest beaches, even here in the United States. It's severely underperforming in that regard, but fuck you. It's our beach. It's what we got
there.
It's got whatever Huntington Beach is dealing with. chemical wise right now. That's just kind of like, that's just what it is already in Galveston. So we're used to that shit. The water's really dirty. It's really nasty, but fuck you. It is the ocean. I love it. Or the Gulf of Mexico. And anyway, recently went there this past weekend. And I got to say, man, the Gulf waters were feisty.
Ooh.
We had a great time at the end of the day, but they were out for blood. They fucked everybody up. So first incident, I was running people back. We had a whole family event, right? We were staying in this place down there on the the west part of the island, where we've got some family friends have got a place down there, and they are very, very gracious. Shout out to them who let us stay there on occasion. So we took advantage of that. Very much had a blast, but I was kind of my role for the weekend a lot of the time was running people back and forth. They have a golf cart. It is a little sketchy because you do have to cross a pretty busy thoroughfare there to get to the other side to where you can access the beach. So anyway, I was running people back and forth from the house and like getting, like, oh fuck, we forgot whatever, like this cooler, the ice. So I'm like driving back and forth. So on one of my trips, I come back and my wife is like, she was actually texting me for like, hey, did you already come back? Cause like blah, blah. And I could hear one of my youngest daughter crying in the background. I was like, what happened? She's like, oh, she got fucking stung by a jellyfish or whatever. And I was like, God damn it. So I get over there and they're like, yeah, right. like a minute or two before that, all of a sudden, like this kid, like probably around the same age as her, was just like screaming bloody murder, like, ah, like running to get a fucking, they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. You got, jellyfish got him.
Dude, jellyfish are for real.
Oh, they're for real. And they were all over the fucking place this weekend. So 5 minutes later, my daughter, what the fuck? She's crying shit. She just got stung the fuck. Like her arm was all red, fucking swollen shit. We were like filling up our bladders, ready to piss on everybody. Cause that's apparently the urban myth of how you resolve that problem. One of my family members is a nurse, and that was not the case apparently. So that wasn't how we proceeded. But then later on, like maybe an hour later, I was out there in the water with my son, and all of a sudden he's like, God, fuck. He didn't say fuck, but he was like, yeah, I could see him kind of wince a little bit. He's like, damn. He's like, I think I need to go back in. And I was like, what happened? He's like, something got me. Like, I don't know. And he was being, like, to his credit, like he wasn't, he was being pretty chill about it. And he goes, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like he was like rubbing it or whatever. And he's like, yeah, this is like, shit. I was like, so I kind of clear it, dude. I kind of walked him back and I looked at it, and it was pretty gnarly. It was pretty swollen and shit. Everybody ended up okay, right? But it was like boom, boom, boom. And then I'm out there with my oldest daughter at one point and my brother-in-law, and I was talking to him, and then mid-sentence, a fucking fish jumped up, like hit me. Because you can see them all over, like they're jumping all over the place. But one of them gets me. I mean, you couldn't, the percentage of this happening, it hit me right in the fucking eyeball. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, ow. Like, fuck, that hurt, dude. My eye was all red, and it even like swole it up. I thought like it hit me so hard. Like I thought I might actually get a little, like a bruise, like a black eye, but that didn't happen. But it did.
Your ass whooped by a fish.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to get like sea herpes or some shit, because my eye was all red.
Not a real disease.
It's not. No. Okay. I thought they told me it was.
Not a real disease.
They told me that, or they told me it was. But anyway, no, I didn't. Ended up, no sea herpes or no sea pink eye. But then that, and we're just the Gulf waters were a little feisty, man. We're just getting our shit kicked out of us. And my daughter said something that I thought was show worthy. She goes, and I'm sure somebody has said this before, this isn't something whatever, but we were out there, man. It was just one of those things, because like we were going out like multiple times. So this is one occasion, it was just me and her. We were just kind of chilling out there in the waters, kind of like, kind of a little deep. And she goes, hey daddy, she goes, just think if you could talk in cursive. And I was like, I paused. I was like, fuck yeah.
Dude, that's
like that made my whole weekend. Like
Dude, that's one of the most dopest things I ever heard.
That was that one moment I was like, this is my daughter.
Yep.
Like you know, like it was this realization, like, God damn it.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
I love you. I was like, that's fucking, what a beautiful statement.
That's fucking dope as fuck.
And on that note, I think we'll go ahead and wrap this shit up in a bow on a tasty little bun. In cursive, and we'll put that little hot cross bun.
Hot cross bun.
Score it with the knife in an X pattern, just so you can see that we.
And happy National Coming Out Day.
That's right. You know,
happy National Coming Out Day.
Happy National. I mean, Rick didn't get the opportunity if that was what he wanted to do with this episode 70, but the real, we're obviously whatever.
We're fucking around.
This group is going to joke, but hey, if it is like that, that is a big deal. I get the purpose of it. A lot of people living a life in silence, and you know what? Fucking,
you don't have to. If you're gay, fucking, or whatever the fuck you are. If you're gay, if you're bi, whatever it is, life is too short.
Absolutely.
To waste it not being who you are. You be fucking you. Don't worry about what everybody else is fucking saying. If you got parents that are pricks, guess what? They'll get over it. In the end, nothing really fucking matters what anyone thinks except for yourself. Because when you die, you're by yourself. Just like when you're born, you're by yourself. So worry about that shit.
And not only that,
you don't need a National Coming Out Day. Just fucking be happy. If you whatever you want to do.
But I like that they have it, because that is, I think it's probably effective. I don't know statistics. I think it's effective in that if people know that they've got in other words, if they make it a thing, right? And maybe that's enough for that handful of people to feel more comfortable to make that proclamation. But anyway, that being said,
why do it on a fucking Monday?
Because fucking start the week, dude. I'm gonna go the whole week. I'm gonna let everybody fucking know.
You're gonna drop these type of bombs on a
Friday,
truth
and then
bombs on
because
do it on a fucking Friday, bro.
No, because then you got to dip out. Monday, you got to rock that shit all week. I think that's why they do it like that. I think it's a Monday.
I don't think it's a good idea. But nonetheless, if you're gay, bi, whatever you are, fucking just live your life. Be your peace. And guess what? If somebody really has a problem with you being that way, they're not your friend.
Yeah.
And if you got family that acts like assholes, fuck them. You're who you are. Enjoy yourself. Be you. And then worry about everything else after that. Because
just
ultimately you need to be happy.
And just think how much better of a version of yourself you're going to be. Mm-hmm. How more genuine your interactions are going to be with people, and how much better you're going to be if you just fucking ride that out. And, it's just that initial push to say, fuck it.
Yeah,
I am what I am. Accept me for who I am. And that's that. So without further ado, we will go ahead and proceed to close the show out. Sorry, it sucks we didn't have Rick, but I have to say, sir, this was an enjoyable episode. I had fun doing it. Feels good to be back.
Yes, sir.
In a real way. Like I said, I know I've been kind of made a couple of guest spots here and there. But I'm back for fucking real. Had some shit going on. We're back, man. This is a wonderful show. I thought we covered on some good things. We had a few laughs. Pretty well rounded.
Yeah.
But follow us on Instagram at skip_the_noise_podcast. Twitter at skip the noise PO1. If you got any questions or you pissed off about something Mexican Nostradamus says, email us at skip the noise.
You're the one
podcast.
who was talking shit earlier, bro.
I know.
You really went all in.
I like to deflect it. I like to deflect it. And here's something I want to know. I saw this dude the other day, not to drag this out too long. This is my last thing. I fucking promise. I saw this dude wearing a Luther Campbell, like he had a t-shirt, but it was like retro, like a picture of Luther Campbell back in the day, like back when it was, when they fucking went to court for fucking banned in the USA, like all that. Okay. And he was wearing one of those fucking rope chains. It was just like Luke looking all pissed off on a t-shirt, like no words or nothing, but you just had to know, like if you know type of thing. Like I know who that is. I know what he means. So shout out fucking used to be Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell, whatever you want to call him, founder of the Two Live Crew. and many more. He's a football coach, all kinds of shit.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
shout out to him. But I want, if you've seen motherfuckers with that shirt, I tried to look it up. I can't find it. Somebody fucking hit me up. I want that fucking shirt.
Oh,
I need it.
That is a dope
So
shirt.
Skip the Noise listeners, if you see somebody with it, hit them up. Be like, hey, where'd you get that? Where'd you order that? Because I can't find it anywhere. I want it. I want that shirt. Whoever had that shirt, I want it. Anyway, with that being said, Mexican Ojamas, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence as you have for time and time again. But yeah, and we'll close the show out. Little Mike Tackle Box. Keep it real. Represent. Do the right thing. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. Later.